While the market itself is coming under pressure, one area of the market which is under specific spotlight and pressure last 2-3 days is the entire NBFC space. IIFL in particular is locked on a 20% down circuit today for the second day in a row, and this after regulatory glare on the company's some of the processes. So we're going to take this story and discussion forward with somebody who's directly handling this matter now, A.K. Purwar, former SBI chairman and of course chairman of IIFL and independent director on the board, is joining us now right in the studios. Mr. Purwar, good morning and thank you very much for your time this morning. I'm sure you must be very busy right now, so taking time out itself is very glad for us. I want to understand when RBI says material concerns, material supervisory concerns, what exactly, if you can throw light, exactly what happened in this case?
Actually, RBI, regular inspection, they regularly come and inspect our company and our business. They had flagged certain issues on the operational sides of the gold loan business of the company. There were basically local based issues, retail lending issues, and relating to valuations, related to auction processes and so on. And we have taken the report of RBI very seriously and very positively. And we are working very hard. For last 2 days, we had continuous board meetings to evaluate each and every line of RBI inspection report. And we have put in place a mechanism that all these issues, some of these issues have already been addressed, but we would like to address all these issues in a very time-bound manner.
Mr. Purwar, we understand that this is not the first time. In the last 45 days, there were already some communication from the RBI side for after they had actually found certain gaps in your processes. And despite of identifying those gaps were not filled by IIFL. Is that true? Have you found out exactly?
I would put it this way, that RBI pointed out certain gaps in our systems. Let me put it that the gold loan business which we are having, the practices, systems, processes are all as per present industry standards and present industry norms. RBI suggested certain changes which we have in a way carried out. But last 2 days we have decided in the board as well as a company that we shall carry out all the suggestions made by RBI in a time-bound manner.
Could you spell it out, sir? What were the suggestions which were made by the RBI and what exactly did they warn you of in the last 45 days?
There was certain couple of issues on gold valuation side. There were certain couple of issues on gold auction side, auction processes side, auction charges side. And we started, I would put it this way, that we started addressing these, internally debating these issues. What we found was that our practices were as per industry standards. But the view which we have taken as a company is that maybe our practices were as per industry standards. But if RBI, our regulator, wants the business to move in a certain way, then we would follow RBI instructions. And we are sure and we expect that RBI will ensure that each and every player of the industry follows same, and it becomes a level playing field for all of us.
So, but I want to understand, I mean, this is an easy way perhaps to, and pardon my saying that, that is as per industry standards. But you mean to say there was a deviation in processes, the standard which the regulator themselves have put out?
I would not say that. I would put it this way, that the regulators had put certain, our interpretation or the many players of the industry, they all interpret it in a certain manner. Maybe that is where perhaps something happened. But as a company, let me assure that we would like to be, we have been fully compliant with RBI regulations. We would like to be, if deviations have taken place, we would like to address those deviations immediately, sort it out and become fully compliant with RBI regulations.
So in the con call, if I may just, in the con call, something which the analyst community and all your key shareholders were watching out for, or wanting to understand, what could be the timeline of the remedial action? There is no timeline shared, and uncertainty is like the biggest
you are
devil in
saying
the
in a
market.
time-bound manner, but if you could clarify, I guess, a little bit more on that.
Well, let me go beyond what is being discussed. and let me debate on something internally which we have decided.
Sure.
Sure.
We have decided that whatever RBI desires in terms of compliance of regulations, as a company, as a business unit, we will see to it that by 31st March, all, if not most of it, gets complied with. And we are continuously going to engage with RBI to apprise them from time to time on a regular basis as to what kind of remedial action has already taken place and what is going to take.
So 30% of your loan book is shut for business right now, for incremental business,
Incremental.
right?
Business. We have a huge business, a gold loan portfolio, and well, incremental business. It's a short-term business. Loans are taken for a period of 16 months, 12 months, 18 months, 24 months. So, and then most of our customers are small customers, very small farmers, the small laborers, the sort of the small business units, and therefore we fulfill a financial requirement of a large part of the people who are coming from a somewhat disadvantaged community. So it's going to be, but it is going to be a big business loss to us.
Yes, because brokerages community are already talking about some of your competitors taking away a lot of market share and loss of opportunity for you.
Well, I would put it this way that, well, sometimes some incidents happen which educate you.
Okay.
And we have taken that, well, this has happened, we have to handle it. We have to handle it satisfactorily and to the satisfaction of our shareholders, our stakeholders, our customers. Having said that, we have an advantage. The advantage is that in terms of IT, we can compete with the best in the industry and, and provide best possible service to our customers. So losing market share temporarily, we are prepared for it.
But this 31st March deadline, is that set by the regulator or you all?
Internal.
Internal.
Okay.
We are very clear and very sure that we would see to it within the company that all these issues which have been flagged by RBI are comprehensively addressed by us by 31st March.
And then how
Then
much?
you communicate that to the regulator
We are
then
already
they act on it.
we are already in touch with regulators. Whatever improvements we are bringing about, we are going to appraise RBI regularly from time to time in a very regular manner.
So by April it would be business as usual is what you are expecting.
I would say that we are making efforts to ensure that our business comes back on rails as early and as quickly as possible.
Sure.
I would not like to give a timeline because it is not in our hands.
You know, given that we're talking about the impact and the ripple effect of this, you were talking about your market share, etc. How much of damage or impact is it that you see, and when do you think things will start improving?
You see, the damage will definitely be there because almost 30% of our business is now we are stopping not doing. So damage will be there, but I expect this damage to be temporary. I expect that, well, we are making efforts to come back on rails as fast and as quickly as possible. I expect that maybe 2 months, maybe 3 months, we are able to convince RBI if they can, if they are comfortable with whatever remedial action we have taken, and they carry out a special audit as early and as quickly as possible, then we should be come back on rails very fast.
Right.
But our IT advantage would ensure that the high growth trajectory which our company has followed so far would not be allowed to go away.
Sure. So we understand that you also have co-lending loan partnerships with the DBS Bank, DSB Bank, Canara, Union, UCO Bank, South Indian Bank, plethora of them. Has there been any communication from their end once they got to know about this news?
Not so far. Not so far.
Okay.
But you know,
So is there a risk?
But there is always a possibility of setbacks in that business also. But having said that, in the co-lending we have done well so far, and we expect to do well. And again, I would go back to what I am saying, that the kind of IT advantage which our organization has built up over a period of time, that helps us in dealing this kind of business with various customers of ours.
So broadly in your overall gold AUM, if you can tell us, there'll be like around a 50% fall FY25, any sort of projections, numbers, estimates?
I would not put it that we will have a fall of 25% in 2025. Rather, I would put it this way, that if we come back on rails quickly, there would be any negative fall by March 25. We will continue to maintain the present market share, hopefully. by
Okay,
March
that's
25.
interesting. So whatever disruption is only temporary, by 25 you will regain and come back on the growth path.
We see, as I told you, our all-out efforts are to convince regulators that we are following their instructions, not only in letter but in spirits. We would like to convince them of our intentions
Okay.
and come back to business as early as possible.
All right, Mr. Purwar, thank you very much for stepping by in our studios today.
Thank
on
you
that
so
very
much.
important
Thank you.
issue.
Thank
And good
you.
luck
Thank-
managing and, of course, dealing with, engaging with the regulator as well.
Thank you very much.
Thank
you.
you, sir.
Thanks.